this trashy bar. Another glass and I am going places. Makes me laugh about the irony of everything. I like the way you're thinking. I don't really care about the music on the dance floor. I don't really mind all the smokers in the bathroom. I don't care at all, baby, you got my attention. So you were saying, oh no, I don't see the logic of things. It's quite a lonely world that we're living in. Oh baby, you are something special, I'm sure. Everything makes total sense when you're next to me. Times another drink and I'll go anywhere. The way you smell, like a flash in the universe.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Today is currently Thursday. Now I haven't really vlogged much this week because I'm gonna be honest, it's been kind of a tough week in terms of feeling motivated, and I've just been feeling really tired. I think the weather has to do with it. Also, we're in another lockdown. That was my neurologist. So as I was saying, I guess I just haven't been feeling very motivated. It's been very gloomy, very cold here, and then also with the lockdowns that are happening in Ontario, that's where I'm from, I haven't really left my house. I haven't gone to the store, nothing. And I'll get into why exactly I'm staying home in just a minute. Obviously because I'm immunocompromised, but there's also another reason. But also, I haven't really been getting outside, which I know is horrible for my emotional well-being as well as my physical well-being. So yeah, I just haven't been feeling very motivated today, but as you would have seen, I went on a walk earlier today, which felt really good. I'm also making it another goal, resolution, whatever, to listen to more podcasts, because I used to do that a lot. And when the summer of 2020, I think it was, I was like all about my health and physical health, mental health, like all that kind of stuff. And I was listening to podcasts and all into like self-help and everything. And then when I got diagnosed, that kind of just like went out the window, because I just felt like none of the people that I was listening to, the content that I was consuming, the self-help books that I was reading couldn't really relate to what I was going through in that moment. But now I'm starting to ease myself back into that. I don't usually love going on walks, but if I'm listening to music or, like I said, listening to a podcast, I think that really helps take my mind off of actually exercising in the way. I am feeling a bit sore from it because I haven't really, like I said, been walking much. And yesterday I increased to the last resistance band that they've given me for physiotherapy. So I'm definitely feeling that too. So I'm trying to find the balance between giving myself rest and not overdoing it, and then also pushing myself to be more active and not as sedentary. I think it's important for me to remind myself that even if I only get like 5 minutes or 10 minutes of physical activity a day, that's still something. And it doesn't really have to be this whole big ordeal of like a 30-minute exercise plan or like a 45-minute 5-kilometer walk or something drastic like that. It could just be as simple as walking down the street, coming back a couple times, if that's all I can handle in the day. I think what also has been kind of making me feel unmotivated and kind of stuck is I finally got a call from the hematologist on Monday, And if you're new to my channel, back in December, I got 27 vials of blood work done for this hematologist because my bilirubin, they noticed around October, it was higher than normal. I think like the range here is between 10 and 20, and mine was all the way up to 90. And at first they thought it was liver related and they wanted to get on top of it to make sure that it didn't continue to increase. So I went and saw a liver specialist. The liver specialist didn't really see a connection to the liver. And we did like a liver ultrasound and that was normal. And then last week I had went for a fibro scan and I spoke to the hematologist on Monday, and she said that even though she's not a liver specialist, she said that the liver scan, the fibro scan that they did, it was a bit abnormal, but not abnormal enough to raise a flag of diagnosing a liver disease, I guess. So anyways, I spoke to her on Monday about all the results that I had, and basically I'm a medical mystery and they're still not sure what is causing all of these levels to just either plummet or be through the roof. And there was some indications, some abnormal levels in terms of the different tests that they did, but then it wasn't all encompassing, if that makes sense. So for example, I think my hepatoglobulin, which has something to do with the liver, it was abnormal, and something else was abnormal in that respect. But then when you look at my fibro scan, it wasn't as abnormal as it would have been to diagnose liver disease, as I mentioned. And then there was another level that was normal, which she didn't expect, and that was the free hemoglobin, I think. Long story short, she has no idea what's going on, and she said that she understands that it's probably frustrating to hear that because the liver specialist doesn't know what's going on, the hematologist doesn't know what's going on, the oncologist doesn't know what's going on. So this is what the plan is. So next week I am going for additional blood work on Monday because she wants to test a couple more things. And one of the tests she wants to rerun just to make sure that it wasn't like a false reading. And that's the day I also go for physio and occupational therapy. And then on the Tuesday, I am going for a bone marrow biopsy. Now, when we were speaking about it, at first she had given me the decision if I wanted to go for the bone marrow biopsy now or if I wanted to wait and just see what happens. And to me, I felt like I needed to do this now because I don't want to wait and see what happens, and I already have plans to go back to school and everything, and I want just everything to be settled. And also she said that having it now, they would put me as a priority, so like top of the list to do this bone marrow biopsy. So that gave me an indication that they are going to be super thorough and also want to get it figured out as well. And when I made the decision to do it now, she agreed with me and she thought that that was the best option, because the other thing is, one of the potential reasons why my blood work's just so weird, it might be because of a medication that I'm on, but I don't want to play with my medication and go off of certain drugs just to test and see if it makes my blood work levels go back to normal, because then that's going to impact my MG symptoms, and I've struggled a lot with my MG symptoms throughout these past 8 years that I've had MG, and I've finally come to a dosage of each of the medications that I've been able to get through the day essentially with these symptoms, and I just really don't want to play with that. I just feel like I've been through way too much. I decided to do the bone marrow biopsy right now. And also I just want to just figure it out because my platelet levels are also still really low, and even though my oncologist said that that's normal after radiation I ended in August, which is still a pretty long time. Now it's January, and my radiation oncologist didn't seem to agree with that. When I brought that to his attention, he didn't seem to think that my blood levels should be that impacted by the radiation. So yeah, I just want to get this figured out. I really loved the hematologist. She was so thorough, and so kind. She called me 3 times because she was on call, and she kept apologizing that she had to leave, she had to answer a page, but then she would phone me back, and I think we talked for cumulatively like an hour to an hour and a half, which is like almost unheard of with like specialists, some specialists. So she made sure that I felt comfortable with everything, and she answered all of my questions, and I've been emailing her back and forth. And also we have this like patient portal. I think most hospitals have this, so I get to see all of the reports by the doctors, all the test results, all that kind of stuff. And she wrote a whole report dating like my history dating back to when I first was a patient at Sick Kids back in 2013 up until now, like very, very detailed. So I feel very confident that she knows what she's doing, and she has familiarized herself so much with my case, so I feel like I'm in really good hands. And also I get to meet her on Monday because one of the blood tests she has to sign off on, so that'll be really nice. But yeah, it just made me feel very reassured, confident that there was a doctor that, even though they don't really know exactly what's going on, she doesn't want to give up on this because she wants to make sure that I'm healthy and that I can get through the rest of these treatments and everything. And she said at the very least the bone marrow biopsy will give you peace of mind. And yeah, so that is what's happening next week. So I think there's been a bit of a block at the beginning of this week just thinking about that. I'm not necessarily worried about it as much as I'm just like kind of waiting for it. So when I'm waiting for like procedures like this, I just sometimes feel like I can't really focus on much else. But yeah, that's what's going on next week. But also another update, I have been reading a lot. I am on my 5th book this month, and it is currently January 13th. So I've been doing a lot of reading, which I think has been really good because I haven't really been able to focus much on like TV shows, movies, which is kind of weird that I can't really focus on that kind of thing, but I can focus so much on reading. And I think I'm gonna do a video, like I said in one of my last videos, a wrap-up of the books that I've read this month. I'm not sure what else I'm gonna get up to today. I just had a healing journey session, and like I said, I just got off the phone with my neurologist who's basically checking in because my oncologist emailed him, as well as the hematologist had also emailed him to check in and see how everything's going. So that's what he did, and we just had a conversation. Yeah, I'm not really sure exactly what else I'm gonna get up to. I do have to film a voiceover for a video, so I don't know if I'm gonna do that today or if I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. I just feel very exhausted now, and it's just very gloomy outside. Oh, and then the other thing, I was saying that at the very beginning. That's why also I am staying home a lot, because they were very clear that if I get any symptoms, COVID or not, like I won't be able to go for that bone marrow biopsy, and I am very terrified that I will if I step foot outside, so, or like go in a store or anything. So the only places that I will be going are the hospital, and if a store is not too crowded. But my mom has been doing all the grocery shopping and everything, and that's just what's safest for me right now. So yeah. So it is now Saturday. Yesterday I didn't really do a whole lot. Honestly, yesterday felt like one of the longest days. I went for a walk yesterday morning and the first half was fine. It was still kind of cold, but it was fine. And then the second half, it got so windy. I could barely keep my eyes open. And I came home and I had my big winter coat on and a scarf and hat and gloves and everything. And anyways, I was just almost winded after that walk. So I didn't get to do my physio yesterday, but I did it today. I had a bit of a slower morning today because I just was feeling really tired, but sometimes when I'm feeling that kind of tired, I let myself have the morning and then I push myself to do something because I was starting to get a little bit sad that I wasn't really doing anything. So I ended up getting ready. I filmed a TikTok and I updated my book journal, as you would have saw, and my planner. And I'm also working on another personal project, so I was just working on that for just a little bit. And also I started a new book. So I started It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover, and I started that yesterday and I'm liking it so far. I'm not sure if I like it as much as Ugly Love, which I read a couple books back, but I'm still going to continue reading it because it still is really good. And apparently that's her most popular book and it's going to become a movie. So yeah, that's what I've been doing now. I also did a couple of these stress less cards. So one of them you were supposed to give your scalp a massage, and then I decided to do another one where you just relax your face. So that's been my day. Oh, we also had pizza night last night, and I finally had pesto pizza, so I have some leftover pesto that I want to use up, so I'm gonna make that with some pasta and tomatoes and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
I really wanted to get it right, trying to find some balance in my life. I never really put up a fight, and now I'm losing sleep. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just listen to me as I say. Listen to me as I slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Treat them right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Dreams still yours if you want it. Treat them right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. I never left a stone unturned, trying to find some love in this crazy world. I feel like I was never hurt. All I wanted was to be loved. All I wanted was to be loved. Still yours if you want. You're the right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. Slow it down. Still yours if you want. You're right, 'cause those ups and those downs is what makes it worth it. What if I lost touch? What if I'll never get it right? I try to follow my heart, but I lost it somehow. Wish that someone could say it'll all be okay. Just
So it is now Sunday, and as you saw, I prepped some of those protein balls. I tried another flavor as well. I did the caramel chocolate chip and then the peanut butter chocolate. So we'll see how those... The battery just died, but I changed it. So as I was saying, we're gonna try the other flavor and see if it's good. And I'm gonna take some with me to my appointments tomorrow. My uncle's actually gonna drive me tomorrow because there's gonna be a snowstorm, so hopefully that's not too bad. And tomorrow is the blood work and physio and occupational therapy, and then Tuesday is the biopsy, so there'll be another vlog for that stuff. But I think now I'm just going to edit this video and maybe update my planner. And also for lunch I made those fish tacos, which were very, very delicious, I must say. But yeah, that is gonna be it for today's vlog. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and also subscribe to my channel if you're not already. That really helps me out, and I will see you in the next video.